Alright, it is map number 3 between SaSe and Ciara. It is still Orc versus Night Elf, it is still Denmark versus Sweden, and it is Echo Elves this time with Ciara spawning on the left hand side and SaSe spawning on the right hand side. And SaSe is going for a regular hero again. I guess the sort of strategy that he played on Tarina stand is probably not going to work twice in a best of 3. But, you know, just pulling it out once and being successful with it already basically did the trick here. No Ancient of War here by SaSe as well. Is it gonna be just a Hunter's Horde build or a Huntress build again by him? No, it's still an Ancient of War. It's just incredibly late for reasons that he's probably aware of. Ciara on the other side, of course, with the regular build, we'll check his altar. I'm imagining a Blade Master first against the Demon Hunter. And this late Ancient of War, I mean, obviously he's saving some resources early on if he builds it later. And I imagine he's probably just gonna want to skip the Archer and creep with only the Ancient of War and his Demon Hunter. Quite, yeah, an interesting approach. I mean, the Archer isn't exactly of insane value later on anymore anyway. But, you know, that basically means that he's going to have to creep this entire camp with his Demon Hunter. He's not going to be able to head towards the Orc space immediately after picking up the item. And speaking of the Orc space, he's building the Voodoo Lodge here, not the second burrow. We'll keep an eye on his resources here. Once he's at 160 gold, we'll see if he's going to skip the second burrow for the time being entirely, or if, as he's doing, he's just switching up the build order here. So that means his shop is going to finish earlier, so he's going to be more flexible, depending on what the elf is doing, maybe. Does he have a scout? No. Depending on what the elf is doing, maybe he can abandon this creep camp after finishing only the ogre warrior and get salves immediately and head out on the map. But the elf is immediately going for his green camp, and he's not going to harass. Nevertheless, that's what Ciara chooses to go for. Both of the Forest Road Trappers are being finished here by the Demon Hunter. The Blade Master with the first stack of heal salves is heading towards the middle. Not really sure what he was doing here. If he's heading towards the marketplace or elf base right now. The Grunt sees the Demon Hunter, sees that he's got a circlet. No crappy ring like the Blade Master. Tech has started. Oh, not on both sides. I was about to say on both sides, but Ciara is, wow, this is 300 lumber almost. Oh, and he's not building a war mill either. Like, sometimes Ciara is certainly known for being one of the players that pulled out more tower pushes than the average Orc player against Night Elves. But, I mean, wow, now he's teching. Let's take a look at the Ogre matcher here first before we compare the tech speed. And the Demon Hunter gets it, and the item goes to the Blade Master, so the big invul potion, so he's definitely going to be able to chase this Demon Hunter away here. Not even forced to use that potion. Demon Hunter is running. Blade Master is going to use the next heal salve. And tech-wise, yeah, quite a bit of an advantage for SaSe, who's trapping the Grunt here. Nicely done with the Huntress. Despite going for the Hunter's Horde before his tech, he still has a bit of a tech advantage, so Ciara definitely a little bit asleep here. Second hunt is out, now the Moonwell is coming. What is the Blade Master doing here in the meantime? He does not have mana for a Windwalk. I don't see him rescuing that Grunt. I mean, even if things get dicey, the hunt can still just Shadow Melt here. He decides to trade blows with the Demon Hunter, but this is a Demon Hunter with 2 circlets and level 2 against the level 1 Blade Master. This is not a bright idea. The Blade Master has only 1 heal salve remaining, and therefore he's now out of healing and he's gonna have to go home. Either on low HP after taking damage the next time, or right now to provide some more healing. Demon Hunter now joining the hunt in this little mission of taking down the Grunt, which he's successfully doing. An Ancient Protector by SaSe again. I mean, this clearly isn't an all-in push. It doesn't seem like it, at least. But with the Demon Hunter, we've seen this more recently. I mean, more recently, when I say that, I mean like 2011 or so. We've seen this a bunch of times by Remind. Getting just one Ancient Protector with a Hans opening and apply some pressure with the Beastmaster second mostly, if I remember it correctly, while quickly taking to tier 3 and getting bears without investing into anything in between, basically. Just having that little bit of a contain until reaching the bears, reaching tier 3. But the grunts are finding the Ancient Protector here.
Your building is complete.
And it is the Blade Master who starts to do some harassment here at first, but he doesn't find any wisps. And it's actually the Panda second, and he's going back, he's defending. Really, wisps are being pulled across the map. That's why the Blade Master didn't find any. Perhaps they were really on their way of contributing to a full-on tier 2 tower push by the Night Elf against the Orc. With a Panda second, the first Ancient Protector has to be cancelled immediately. The wisps here already sort of low, doesn't really help out SaSe at all. 3 wisps have already fallen. 3 of the grunts are pretty low already though. The Ancient Protector probably should root here, and he's doing just that. The Demon Hunter and the 3 Hunts are able to deal quite a bit of damage to these grunts. The Ancient Protector doesn't have any more wisps to repair around, but the Blade Master and the 1 grunt are being cut off. The 1 grunt is definitely going to fall. The Blade Master is going to reach the shop. Shadow Hunter second is being built in the meantime. All of the PNs are being loaded into the burrows. The grunt should be pulling back here, perhaps blocking with the PN, but he's not able to do so. Blade Master, Demon Hunter approaching level 3 already. Shadow Hunter second is out. The Blade Master down here does have a new stack of heal salves. Again, it is Serpent Ward's as the first skill by the second hero of Ciara, and he's trapping the Demon Hunter in here, but is he going to be able to keep him trapped? I guess the answer is probably not. The Demon Hunter and the Hunt are falling into the back of the Orc base. Another Serpent Ward is being spawned here, and yeah, with the number of Serpent Wards rising, this is becoming a bit of an issue for the Hunts. The Demon Hunter and this 1 Hunt still in the back of the base. I think now he could easily escape though if he wanted to, and it looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. Another grunt, 2 Hunts have fallen, and Ciara is doing a pretty good job with the Serpent Ward and his heroes here, making sure that the Demon Hunter and the 1 Huntress continue to be trapped. Both of the healings have been cancelled here by the Ancient Protector. Another one is coming in the back, and now finally SaSe is able to escape with his DH and the Panda. By the way, no backup plan, just new wisps, no tier 2 buildings at all. I'm not really sure if taking to tier 2 was then the greatest idea, just to add the Panda second. I'm not sure if he really adds all too much, but maybe he does. Second Ancient Protector is probably going to finish in the back. Demon Hunter is using the big inward portion right now, going for the Demon Hunter kill, but Demon Hunter is pulling back. Blade Master with the boots could have chased, but he decides to spend his 15 seconds of free damage output in a different manner, and he's going to be able to kill the Ancient Protector. SaSe is cancelling in the last possible second, but that was quite the setback here. He invested a lot of time into getting that Ancient Protector built, and it didn't finish, and this one isn't going to finish either, as, yeah, with the Demon Hunter, the Panda, and the Hunt being all that's remaining in terms of units for SaSe, he's not able to defend these Ancient Protectors at the moment, and the Shadow Hunter with the Serpent Wards and the Blade Master are able to deal with this tower push, at least for the moment. And it looks like SaSe is abandoning right now. He doesn't have the lumber to build any tier 2 buildings, but he's gonna have to try and transition here. But at this point, this is not all too great news. Then again, Ciara, oh, that's some nice building positioning. Guess he's gonna have to chop some trees here. Ciara only has... never mind, this is open actually. Ciara only has the Wc3 up, no second tier 2 building yet, but that's still a very good position, especially with this Panda second against the Shadow Hunter. This is not the late game hero you want to go for in this particular matchup and or situation. 1 lore is coming here. I imagine this one was probably the second, which we've just heard being cancelled. One of the wisps is being killed here as well, and the Blade Master is even going into the back of the elf base, and he's going to be able to kill this Agent of Lore easily. And he even has a staff of teleportation, so if he gets trapped here, then no problem, he can just staff out. The Hunts, the Demon Hunter, who reached level 3 in the meantime and who found the Ring of Protection, are coming back. And I'm not so sure if this is already a fight that that Ciara wants to take, but it looks like he does. First Hunt is falling, second Hunt is gonna fall as well. And yeah, even though he doesn't really benefit greatly from his tier 2 buildings yet, he still seems to be in a position where he can at least trade well here. Shop-wise, yeah, there is none for the Night Elf yet as well. And the Panda is getting into some trouble here. He's denying with the Demon Hunter, but that still leaves him at 24 supply, even though the experience didn't go to his opponent. Demon Hunter is nicely ensnaring the Hunters here, which still blocks the Demon Hunter out. Blade Master needs to be careful though. Wow, what a risk. And he's getting killed by the mana burn. Yeah, okay, that might be a way to get his opponent back into the game. But the next raider is coming, and the Demon Hunter has to Town Portal right now. I was just saying, ensnaring the Hunt here was a pretty great idea, because the ensnaring the Hunt lasts a lot longer than on the Demon Hunter, and disables the Demon Hunter from getting into the back of his base for a pretty long time. And he's gonna get the Demon Hunter killed now, nevertheless. But is he going to be trapped afterwards? Well, for the time being he is, but only by 2 Wisps, and he's gonna be able to kill those extremely quickly. But now the Panda is coming, and he's probably going to be able to keep the wall up here, and it's going to be Ciara who might find himself in some trouble eventually. But then again, there's only the one Hunter that's basically dead already, and the Panda here. The Panda is on hold position, just needs to, or tries to, keep his opponent in the back of his base. Now the Hunt is replacing him, the Panda is charging forward. What a massacre, both of the players are losing so many units. It's right now the Shadow Hunter second, and a Raider and the Grunt against the solo Panda, and it looks like the Shadow Hunter might be the first one falling. He doesn't have, well, he doesn't have any mana basically. He is also spamming those level 2 Serpent Wards, and now it is the Panda who's trapped again in the space. And it's actually the Shadow Hunter who's waiting here. Demon Hunter bought at the tavern, and he's stabbing into the back. And it is again the Panda who's keeping the Shadow Hunter trapped, and all of a sudden it is the Orc who has lost both of his heroes and who might be in quite a bad shape. 1, 2, 3 units alive at the moment. Second Ancient of Lore, or is it the first? Yeah, it's the first Ancient of Lore actually, since this one has been cancelled as well. First Ancient of Lore is about to finish. The second one is coming. Wow, chaos. The Blade Master is soon to be back. Spirit Lodge has been added though, so during all that chaos, we have level 3 for the Orc. We have level 3 and soon 3 for the Night Elf. I think hero-wise, if he creeps right now, he should be in a bit of an advantage in terms of hero levels. But the tech advantage is still on the side of Ciara. This one has been cancelled as well, as it appears. Yeah, tech advantage still on the side of Ciara, who's got his Beast Tree, who's got his Spirit Lodge up, who's able to get a solid tier 2 army right now. And for SaSe, let's see, Energy Pendant, level 3 on the Panda. Energy Pendant, great of course in this case. For SaSe, what does he really have? He's got 1 lore. He's got no shop still. He isn't producing from that lore. And he's down by 6 supply at the moment. 1 Dryad is out. But even if he's getting a couple of Dryads, like Dryads only against a solid Orc tier 2 army with Raiders and Walkers, isn't gonna cut it. So I think, despite the chaos that just happened here, I still think that Ciara is in the way better position here. Going for the Ancient of Lore right now and killing it. Does he have Pillage? Nope. Is he getting Pillage? Also not. I guess usually this is the timing to get Pillage, but not in this case. He's going for the Demon Hunter again. He's got 4 ensnares. There's still no shop, no staff, therefore the Demon Hunter is in trouble, and he's probably going to fall. The Blade Master does have no items though. So he might find himself trapped again as well, and I guess he's gonna have to head into the back of this base if he wants to survive for a little bit longer. That's what he's doing for the moment. The next Huntress is going to die, and the Blade Master is going to fall again. And now it is Ciara who's counter-towering. A lot of his units are on low HP, but SaSe doesn't really have anything left. I don't really see where his 26 supply are supposed to be. He's producing something down here. The Wisp is heading towards the tavern again. The altar is gonna fall in just a second. He can still rebuy his Demon Hunter in the middle. And it is actually Ciara who's forced to cancel his push here again. The Demon Hunter staffing back once more. The shop is finishing. Again, no lores for SaSe after this, though. The Panda is charging forward. Does he get an ensnare off with this Raider? Yes, he does. Therefore, Breath of Fire only hits one of the super low HP units. And it is Ciara who's getting out alive again, who has to wait for his Blade Master again. Wow, what a what a game to finish off this series. Another Raider is coming. He's gonna be at 4 Raiders soon. His hero focus abilities are great. And again, the next Ancient of Lore is coming. I think the one aspect that kept SaSe in this game until this point, or up to this point, is that Ciara rightfully felt confident, but maybe felt a little bit overconfident, and twice pushed into the Night Elf's main base and twice was punished for it. This time by only losing the Blade Master, previously by losing like everything.
Warriors have engaged the enemy.
And yet, even though he lost so much, I think he's still he's still in the better position here. There still is only the Ancient of War, no production buildings for SaSe. Demon Hunter level 4 is quite menacing. Panda level 3 is also, yeah, not easy, or not that easy to deal with in this situation, because apparently Ciara doesn't feel like investing into Spirit Walkers at all, and his Shadow Hunter has skilled level 2 Serpent Wards here. I mean, he's gonna get up to level 4 soon, but thus far he didn't have the level 2 heal wave. Blade Master heading across the map immediately with a heal potion in his inventory. 45 supply for Ciara, 35 for SaSe, who again has one Ancient of Lore and who again is going to be under pressure. Let's see if Ciara is going to go for a suicide mission the 3rd time here, but this time he's getting the fight outside of the Night Elf base. There is still no Staff of Preservation, so I think this Panda is going to be doomed again. There's way too many Raiders for the Ensnare to ever wear off. The first Raider is falling, Breath of Fire is doing a great load of damage to the next 2 Raiders. One of them is being taken down, one of them is being healed in time. And the Panda level 3 is falling here. Is he just gonna go for the next hero kill here? The answer is yes. The next Raider is gonna fall as well though, and he's only got 2 Raiders remaining. Heal wave onto the Blade Master, and the Demon Hunter is going to be able to get into his own base again for now, but all of the Moonwares are already empty. He doesn't really have a lot to rely upon here. Still has the shop though, but other than that, not all too much. The next Raider is falling, but at the same time, another Dryad, another Hunt, the Ogre Mauler, if he wants to, are all going to fall soon. The Panda is being rebought in the middle. That's also the 3rd Tavern rebuy on the side of SaSe, if I counted correctly. And Ciara, 42 supplies still against 26, still in a demanding position. He's got the Peons ready here. He does have Pillage by now as well, so getting a bunch of resources from these attacks against the buildings of his opponent. Panda moving around the bottom. Of course, he doesn't want to be caught here and killed. And it's the middle of the day. It's still so far to go until the Moonwells start regenerating again. The Panda is also out of mana still. The Demon Hunter did buy a heal potion. He's dropping the potion of mana to the Panda. He picks it up again quickly before the Blade Master can pick it up. Blade Master now uses his heal potion. Both of the first heroes in some trouble again. He's locking the Demon Hunter away, and it's actually the Blade Master who's gonna fall again, being surrounded here against the Moonwell. And yeah, he's going down despite the level up, but there is nothing remaining. Can he buy a staff? Yes, he does buy a staff, but it's only the 2 heroes. It's 19 supply against 43. And is it again Ciara who's forced to fall back here? Well, he's falling back for the moment, but chasing after this army turns out to be a mistake. The Panda is taking so much damage again. The Demon Hunter, is he really chasing again? He is for the moment. 22 supply for SaSe, 40 for Ciara, who again lost the hero here in between those buildings. Gold mine wise, by the way, about 2,000 remaining in the mines. And it looks like even without the Blade Master, he wants to keep the pressure up. Moonstone used. The Moonwest do have a tiny bit of Moonshoes inside of them. The Panda is again being ensnared here, and he cannot be staffed in time. And now the Demon Hunter is really the last man standing against a horde of grunts who, together with the sheep, make sure the surround fits here. The ensnare keeps the Demon Hunter from staffing away. And there's the GG by SaSe. Wow, I guess a game which wasn't entirely free of mistakes. On either side, SaSe is starting with the tower push. Again, like I said within the game, I think going for tier 2 here previously really didn't add all too much to that tower push, especially with the Panda as a second hero choice. I would have perhaps understood a Fire Lord or a Beastmaster, but the level 1 Panda I think really didn't add all too much to that all-in kind of strategy. Also the fact that the Wisps were already found on their way and were already low, and the Blademaster was able to pick off so many of them. Then actually SaSe was the first one to get stuck in his opponent's base, and Ciara for a long time kept the Demon Hunter there together with the one hunt when he just kept placing the Serpent Wards at the entrance and won a lot of time with that, dealt a lot of damage to the units that were still outside of his base, and was able to hold that push. And basically SaSe was already hugely behind after that. Ciara never ended up going for any Spirit Walkers. He just went for basically the kind of army that you wanna get when you quickly wanna finish a game off like this. And he should have been able to finish it off immediately, and he probably would have been able to do so if he hadn't gone into the back of SaSe's base with everything. And even afterwards, after losing the Blademaster and Shadowhunter, he still would have had the chance to kill him, but he went in the back with the Blademaster again, and a third time as well, and eventually though, he was able to finish him even without the Blademaster. So yeah, that was quite the game there to finish off that series. So Ciara with his second victory, SaSe still with only one victory, and we have one more match to go in Group B on display day, which is going to be the first ranked player of the group currently, Proteus, against the last ranked player of the group currently, Trash. So Proteus, the clear favorite in that one. We'll see how it's gonna go. I hope you'll check it out. I hope you'll give this one the thumbs up as always and the comment, and I'll see you next time. Bye.